This your boy Lil GetOff. I tapping in with Lombardi TV.
All right, bet. Today we got Lil GetOff on here. Yeah, you've been actually a highly requested interview. You gone viral on the page a few days ago, so we had to tap in with you, get your story, whatever.
Facts.
All right, so starting off, let the people know where you from.
I'm from the Wheeling, North Charleston, South Carolina.
All right, the Wheeling, okay. What was life like for you growing up on the Wheeling? Actually, what year were you? How old are you?
I 20. I'm old full baby.
Oh, full baby. So what was life like for an old full baby growing up on the Wheeling?
Shit, really like any other. I've been just chilling though. I jump off the porch, dang. Like when I've been 12, 13, stealing cars and shit. Badass nigga going to people's houses and shit. Fuck around, get bagged, but shit for the most part, that shit been fun.
You see, you been stealing cars at 12?
Hell yeah.
He had to lean up to see over the steering wheel.
For
Okay,
real.
so you say you was stealing cars and stuff like that. What were some of the other things? Okay, actually, the Wailing, they actually got like a decent history when it comes to music. You know, they had a few rappers that come through there. Who were some of the people that you know, either grew up with or saw coming throughout the Wailing growing up that we would know about?
Samlo. Like Samlo, we been bumping him back in the day. He gone now. He passed, but he been hard. Like I hear his name like a lot. Samlo been one of the ones for real. You know we got Loud Pack too. He be popping shit, but Samlo.
Okay. And other than you getting in trouble over there, like what was, you know, life like in North Charleston all together? Like, you know, some of the fun things you remember doing growing up.
Shit, playing football, basketball, that shit been fun. Like when I leave the Wheeling out of going with my aunties on East Side, play basketball, football, stuff like that, you know, I'll be over there. And then vacation, you know what I'm saying, going on cruises and stuff like that other than that.
Okay, so you actually you traveled a little bit too, so okay, I feel that. Did you ever play for like high school or anything like that? Did you graduate first off?
No, I ain't graduate, but I had played, like I've been playing sports in middle school up until I get to high school.
What made you not finish school or what made you stop playing sports, you know?
Man, lie to you not, I've been in 8th grade. I've been playing football at the time now, but I ain't had tried out cause I had switched schools. I've been going to Zucker, then they kicked me out, so I went to Northwoods. So I was going to try out for the football team, but I didn't cause I remember being in class and I've been looking at something they saying you could have a brain injury and you wouldn't even know it. And I like just how hard you hit. And I've been like, boy, I ain't
CTE.
playing. Yeah, CTE. So I've been like, yeah, I ain't playing football no more. And then I had like basketball, but I always been a small nigga, so that shit ain't work out.
All right, so after you realized, you know, school and sports wasn't for you, like what was it? What was next for you then? When did you start making music?
Shit, really when my homeboy died, Rack Chaser, RC, when he died, that's when I started making music.
Was he about him a little bit more? Like who was he to you? Did he make music or like what
He,
was it about him passing that made you be like, okay, I gotta start rapping now?
Like I grew up with him in my neighborhood. Like he had make music, going to the studio, record some shit, but he ain't never released nothing out. But he always say I'ma drop soon, I'ma drop soon. But like he just had love making music. So when he died, I say shit I about to rap. But I had start rapping though, like while he been alive and he been supporting it and shit like that. He had helped me set up my YouTube channel, matter of fact.
Okay.
Shout out to him. So yeah, he in tune and all that stuff like that. So
So he basically taught you some, like, you know, the initial steps to, like, you know, how to start rapping, basically.
yeah, he could just start rapping out of the blue, out of nowhere. Like, he could get on the mic. He would probably mess up like once or twice, but he running through the whole beat. Like, he would tell me that we be sitting in the car smoking, and he'll be like, bruh, you need to learn how to freestyle. Just come off the head, like, rap on this. Like, he would play different beats and try to make me come off the floor. Like, he said, you don't want to sound like you writing something and stuff like that. I said, right, I feel
Right.
you.
Okay, I feel that. And before I move on, who were some of your, like, musical influences growing up? Like, who were some of the people you listened to as a kid?
Lil Durk, Cheetah Youngin, LA, Rondo Number 9, JV, Delboy Darrow, shit like that.
Okay, so you got a pretty diverse selection of people from Charleston, Chicago, back down to Florida. Okay. All right, so you said, you know, you be freestyling or whatever, so this kind of answered the question I had about like your thought process when it comes to making the song. Like when you go to the studio, is it the beat you hear first? Like what is it that
Now, like sometimes I'll freestyle, but for the most part, I'll write like I'll book a session and I'll write a song, be writing a song, working on the song up until the session. Then when the session about to come, if I ain't got the song done, if if I only got the hook, then I'll record that hook. Then I'll just come off the head with my verse. You was saying type shit. Then bring back the hook, freestyle the verse. That's what I do type shit.
Okay. All right, I feel you. And what kind of like what's the vibe like when you go into the studio? Like, do you need a lot of people with you, or is it just you?
For
And
the
you gotta.
most part, I'll go by myself. I be wanting like one other person with me, one or two. Not, I don't like to be deep in the stew, but just so they can give me feedback. Like Youngin, when we went to the stew, he had walk in. It's a booth. I had said, I don't remember what I said, but I said something. He had come in and say, "Nah, say it this way. Say it with more energy." You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like for people to come. You know, you by yourself. Producers will say some things, but they ain't really going too much. You know what I'm saying? I like that feedback.
Okay.
No, that shit whack, bro. Come harder. Like
That was
I
my
believe.
next question.
You know what I'm
Because some
saying?
people they get into the booth and they don't want you to tell them that they don't like the way that sound on the
Nah,
first
I
part.
like negative feedback and positive feedback.
All
My
right.
haters keep me going.
Since we talking about negative feedback, let's talk about the post that we made with you about one of your videos, and you got a lot of negative comments. And I hit you up and asked you if you wanted to delete it, because a lot of people, when they get one comment, they'll be like, "Man, delete that. I don't want nobody to see that." But you was like, "No, let's keep it up."
Hell yeah.
That's still publicity. So how did you feel when you saw it going viral and you saw that it was a lot of negative comments?
To be real, I ain't even had I had see the comments, because once we done had post that, like, shit, I don't be on my phone, like, I be trying to get money, so I've been promoting my CD, so my cousin actually called me and been like, bruh, you see the comments? And I'm like, what comments? So I go in and check, and then I read a couple of them, then I get off, but that's like I say, my haters motivate me. That's gonna keep me going. Sometimes you need, like, you know what I'm saying, negative people or whatever to keep you going, but that don't faze me. Because one thing about me, I like to do what people say I can't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So stop rapping, no, I'm gonna keep rapping. I like getting fly, shooting music videos, traveling, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, speaking of traveling, you actually did a lot of traveling. You went to New York and you networked up there. What was that? Was that your first time in New York?
No, that was my second time actually in New York. I've been on 2 trips so far. I've been to Charlotte. I just came back from Charlotte, and I've been in New York last month
Okay,
promoting.
what was that trip like to New York as far as like, networking and the difference? Okay, actually, what's the difference between like New York and Charleston? Like how the pace of it, like.
It's fast up there. Like, they don't go to sleep. Like, I went up there to promote my tape called Never Coming Last in Seattle. I dropped that last month, January 17th, on my grandma's birthday. So I went up there to promote that, pass out my cards, and I actually record up there. So, yeah.
Okay, so you said you went up there and you passed out cards.
Yeah, I got my own business cards with all my information on it. I was passing it out on time in Times Square, promoting myself, showing them I just dropped this mixtape called Never Coming Last. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get it out there, get new ears to hear it. Just not the Charleston base, but other
Right.
people. Like, I want that other crowd.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's the way. Like I said, our city gonna catch on last, but if you can go out state and get them to fuck with you, then I advise you to do that every chance you get. Okay, so you said you walk around, you was passing out CDs and your papers. So
No, I ain't had my CDs with me then, but I had my cards. But I wish I had my CDs, because I was selling them up there. We've been in Times Square where it was busy at. I've been out there all day.
that's
Yeah.
that's kind of like, it's not a new thing to hear, because some artists do it, but as far as like for your age group, a lot of like a lot of young artists, they don't believe in hand to hand networking, walking around, shaking hands and introducing themselves. So like, where do you get that like mentality to know like, okay, if I want to do this, I'm gonna have to go out here and meet new people and network this way.
The CDs or just networking?
Just networking in general, just being able to go out with with your flyers or your CDs in hand and be like, how y'all doing? I'm selling this. Like,
DZ, my boy DZ, he put me onto that. Like, he always say it's more than just going in the studio and record. Like, you gotta network, you gotta go to these shows, you know what I'm saying? You gotta interact with people, you know what I'm saying? Like, he said you might meet one person and they might know, you don't know who he knows. So, yeah, he the one took me to Charlotte with him. So, we've been out there working.
And for the people, you said his name was what?
Stack Boy DZ.
For sure. And me just meeting him, that's how I met him. Like, seeing him places and he walking around with his CDs in hand, like he putting flyers up. So that's one thing that got my attention from him too. So shout out to D's for sure. All right, and you talked about your tape. Let's talk about your first tape you dropped called Persistent. And it dropped 2023.
Nah, that's my first album I dropped, but I had dropped an EP before that called Wailing Boy.
Wailing Boy. Okay, what year was that one?
That was 2023, if I'm not mistaken, was it? I think it was 2023. What year RC died?
Yeah, cause I meant to ask you that question.
It
You
was
said when your homeboy passed, that's when you
it
started
was
rapping.
right
What year?
before it was right before RC died. RC died in 24. Yeah, 24. I can't, if I'm not mistaken. He died 2024, 2025?
Yeah.
No, I lie. He died 2023, so it was 2023. I getting confused, but Wailing Boy dropped I dropped it summer June 21st, 2023.
Okay.
So yeah.
And what was the like? What influenced you to drop that tape? Were people asking for it, or you just like, I just gotta give them a body of work to let them know? Actually, how long was it from okay you started rapping until when you dropped your first EP?
I would say like some months, 8 months, because I would say like I really started taking it serious and rapping January 24 last year. So yeah, and I dropped the tape in 2023. Like I so lost, I ain't know, but I know I've been working. But I know when I had dropped that, I don't think Wanna F. Yeah, Wanna FN is on there. When I dropped that Wanna FN, that jump been going crazy. Like the real, when me and Raj had collabed. So yeah, I've been like, yeah, I gotta do a tape. I did that. Then Uphold, I put Uphold on that shit. That shit going crazy. Been going, yeah.
So what's your favorite song off that project?
Uphold.
Apple. What about that one you that just stand out?
Shit, that been my first live performance.
Oh, okay.
And it been with Raj, so that shit going up. So that shit get 5.7 views in 7 days, like off the muscle. I said, boy, what the fuck? I wish I'd keep promoting it because it'd have been bigger than what it is. I should have shoot a music video because somebody been like, you need to shoot a video, but I ain't been thinking about it at that time because I've been still working.
Yeah, if you got that one song that you know everybody seem like they fucking with, then I'd say push that until they get tired of hearing it. You know. All right. And one thing I wanted to ask you is, okay, you dropped Persistent Tape, the album, in 2023, and then you dropped your recent project, which we're going to talk about, Never Coming Last, in 2025. What was that like? Why did you wait a whole year in between? Because you didn't drop no project 2024. So like, what's that? What happened in that year gap?
No, really, I had dropped that tape January 1st, 2024, but I had did it a day before this year, okay, because you know that how to take a time. So that tape, really, I dropped 2 tapes last year, Persistent, and then I dropped Wailing Boy 2, but the producer had take that jump down on some hating shit, some other shit. So that's why I dropped Never Coming Last.
Okay, so let's talk about your new tape, Never Coming Last. Okay, you got 10 songs on there, and only 2 features is a Psychopath and Tight Gang Maserati. What was like the thought process into making this tape?
Said, when I've been thinking about it, I don't really do features like that, so I've been like, I need to put a feature on this because my last tape ain't had no features. Wailing Boy 2 ain't had no features, and Persistent ain't had no features, so I've been like, I'm gonna put some features on it. So I put Psycho on that, and I put Tight Gang Maserati on them, and I was gonna put Ferg on them, but I already had to get my cover back, so I've been like, damn. So I might put them on the next tape.
And
Free Ferg, by the way.
Psychopath, she isn't from Charleston, right?
No, she from North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. I thought she was from Atlanta, but she from North Carolina.
How'd you tap in with her? Like, how'd you meet her? Like, it was just...
I had hit her up on the gram. She had like 30,000 followers. I've been like, shit, I was trying to work. And then, shit, we clicked like that. She been doing $40 features at the time. She been like $40 features, so I hit her up like, yeah. And then she sent an open verse before I even sent a payment, and I had like it. Like, I'm like, yeah, this shit hard, so that's when I sent that.
Okay. And as far as that tape, if you could have them check out, what's your favorite song off that tape right now?
My favorite song off that tape, I would say probably Spin or My Song with me and Psychopath.
What about Don't Go? Because that's the one that went viral.
Yeah,
on the platform.
I like Don't Go too. Now I ain't gonna lie, I like that junk too, but I ain't did a video for Spin yet. But I want to do a video for Spin. But I mess with Don't Go too. That about to be at 1K. Yeah.
Yeah, because like that's like a different type of approach. Seems like you've been.
I've been trying to switch up. I've been trying to switch up the style. You know, I
Get your
saying.
skirt, we going out of town. Yeah.
That's a nigga, yeah. It's good eat shit.
Oh man.
Word. Nah, I've been trying to switch up the flow. You know what I'm saying? So, and I thought, like, you know what I'm saying, for the ladies and shit. which I get some good feedback from the females. So yeah, that's
That's
why.
good. Man, you can get the female fan base.
That's why
Man,
I'm trying to get a female fan base. Like I about to start, you know what I'm saying, switching them up some. So
so okay, so you open to like trying new styles out and like switching up your flow and everything like that.
yeah, because I don't really, I wouldn't say I'm a drill rapper because I don't really talk too much about violence. I talk about what I go through and how I feeling at that moment. So yeah.
No, I can't say that. Yeah, you definitely got like a little mix. You hear a lot of different bars in there.
And
like.
then you won't, for real, you won't really hear me too much. Oh yeah, I about to shoot this nigga, all that extra shit. Like I try to keep that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so if you could describe your style of music, how would you describe it?
My genre,
Yeah, like your genre, like
I would say like get money shit, music shit. Just that get money music. Turn it off if you ain't fucking with it. Like for
Okay.
real.
all right. Now we're gonna spin back to the Charleston scene a little bit. Who are some of the artists in the city that you know that you fuck with, like that you actually cool with, or you plan on making music with sometime in the future? Because you really don't have too many features right now.
Shit, I ain't know to be real. Shit, SB2 Slimy, he coming
Familiar
up
with him?
now. He coming up and shit. He got a song with OG shit. He had roll on me one day. He said we supposed to get in the stew, so shit. Hopefully soon me and him might get some shit in. PZ too. PZ, he a up and coming artist who coming up and shit. So yeah, them two probably.
All right, and like, so who do you listen to a lot of local music, or you really like?
Yeah, I grew up on Long Money, like that Long Money, Del Boy, Daryl. I've been listening to OG too, JV, Sosa Rex,
Yep.
Baby Bop. They don't really, I don't know.
I don't think so. I
I don't know
know
what
both of them.
Bop, yeah, I don't know what Bop at, man, but shit, Bop and shit, I used to listen to them back in middle school. Like, I went to school with them, so
You went to
yeah.
school. Who are some of the other people? Okay, you went to school with Baby Buck. Who are some other people that we may know of that you went to school with? Like any other notable names?
Shit, Bob, YBC, Sonny. He been making music too before he get locked up. I went to school with him, Bob. Rugrat, Lil Rugrat, he be
Yeah,
rapping
fuck with
too.
Lil Rugrat, yeah.
I be listening to him too. I grew up listening a couple of his songs, 2 or 3 of his songs too. But yeah, Rugrat, Sonny, you know what I'm saying? I've been locked up with Dale. We ain't never went to school, but I've been locked up with Young Dale.
Free Young Dale too.
I've been bumping his shit too.
All right, so if there's a list, a top 10 Charleston artists right now list, where does GetOff fall on that list?
Top 10, shit. I ain't gonna say I in top 5.
Top
I
five?
in there, believe it or not, I in there, top
All right,
5.
now who, other than you, who else is in that top 5?
Other than me, shit, I'm gonna go with my boy Stack Boy, DZ, Long, Leah Low been cutting up, Queena,
Shout out Queen holding it down for the ladies right now. For
and
real.
then who else? Stack Mo,
Stack More. That's solid.
Stack Mo.
That's solid. I like that one. Okay. All right. What else do you have? Like, what else you working on? Like I said, you just dropped your tape last month. Never Coming Last. Can we just expect more videos from that, or you plan on hitting us with another tape sometime this
Oh,
year?
I promoting that to summer. I
Yeah.
promoting that. I pushing that because like D said, like he promoting his all year. So I've been like, shit, I'ma do that. I'ma promote mine like for 6 months straight. Like I promoting this shit. Like shoot some more videos, keep promoting it, and then I'ma get my other tape. I might give them like a couple singles, but I really focus on this Persistent 2. Persistent 2 been on my mind. Like I can't wait to put that together.
So that's coming soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it by the end of this year or my birthday time, August, up in that area. But yeah, be on the lookout. That shit coming for real, for real. Persistent too. That shit gonna be nothing but gas.
All right, for sure. Now, like you said, do you plan on? You was talking about going to Charlotte, going to New York. Do you plan on like going out any other places this year to network? Like, what are your plans as far as like for pushing your music outside of Charleston?
Yeah, my people's talking about going to Miami for spring break. So that's more networking we doing, passing out cards, selling CDs. Yeah, I going to Washington too for my birthday. So I'm gonna go out there and visit, and then if I like it, I stand. Like
Yeah.
I be listening to EBK, Chalk, J-Boo, like I like them boy hard and shit like that. Them boy hard, and they be up there around that side, so shit I can link up with them.
Yeah, you definitely got to try
Drive
to
to
get a feature or
Cali,
something.
yeah. I had hit him up. He ain't hit me back yet though, but I had hit Chalk up. I
Yeah,
been talking to
definitely.
his manager and shit.
I fuck with the whole West Coast movement right now for sure.
Facts.
All right, now I want to ask you, can you kick us a freestyle?
Hell no. Oh God. Hell no.
You can't go off the dome?
No, man.
No, you
I
got
gotta
something.
be in the mood. I can't just no. I ain't gonna
I'll,
lie. I can't. I ain't even gonna hold you. I can't just.
I'll do a little 1-2 beat for you.
Man, I ain't real, man. I
You
can't.
can't do it?
Hell no. I gotta. Right. I gotta like set smoke real quick and like, you know what I'm
My
saying?
dog said he got to smoke, meditate, go to sleep.
For real, I can't just. I gotta get my mind right real quick.
we
Drink a
go,
line or two.
we
I
gonna
gotta
catch
get
you on the next one for the freestyle. But let the people know.
facts.
Actually, let's get a message to the youth.
Message to the you should stay to yourself. Ignore all the distractions, man. Keep going like whatever you want to do. You want to sell clothes. You want to rap. You want to sell lashes. All that. Do that. Like I've been thinking about selling lashes, but shit. Hey, do what you want to do. Like people gonna hate regardless. So just stay in your lane. Where whether you doing good, they gonna hate. You doing bad, they gonna hate. So shit. Just stay in your lane.
All
And
right.
stay to yourself. Don't be around crash dummies. Don't do no crash dummy shit. If they ain't gonna do it, don't fucking do that shit. Word.
And let the people know, like, what your username is on Instagram, where all to follow you at,
Low
and
get off at all social media. Low get off. Yeah. All that Triller, TikTok, Instagram. That's where you can find me at.
all right, never coming last. Out now on all
And see,
platforms.
yeah, I
Well,
know
get up,
that.
we gonna fuck with you.